Welcome in, everyone. You're listening to Zelda Speedruns. We have a 3-1 Swiss match in the Crosskeys tournament between Leaf and ZelgaDissan. My name is Jaxie, and I will be your resharer for this evening. Our commentators for tonight are Adirondack Rick and Toffile, and on the tracking, we have Talk13 and Pichu Tenyu. Commentators, the stage is yours.
Our trackers are fighting with each other in regards to muting things. Hi everyone, I'm Adirondack Rick, being joined by Toffile. This is going to be a great match here. We've got limited time to actually introduce these two. Leaf on your left, Zelga on your right. A 3-in-1 battle. We've got Zelga Woods as the only thing that got turned on. Welcome everyone, Adirondack Rick. How you doing, Toffile?
I am doing wonderful. It's a hot evening up here in the Northeast, and God, I wish it was wishing it was last week, but...
Yeah, I agree in one sense. I could definitely do without all the rain we wound up getting, but we're here for a great Crosskeys match.
Yeah, this should be a really fun matchup. 3-in-1. Both runners are pretty strong. I would probably say I think Zelda's got a slight edge, but it's Zelda. Things can go weird with Zelda, and
yeah, Zelga is vulnerable. We've seen that before. As we are underway to begin things off, we are going to be starting in 2 different locations. We get a book, Sanctuary. We get a can of Burna. Oh, hi, Dark World.
yeah. Welcome to Zelda Woods, everybody. Loki, that's not actually all that bad of a start for both of our runners, to be honest. We're in the bit of Skullwoods where we can go farm some bombs if we really wanted to.
Yeah,
and get a couple items.
Get 3 items out of Logic.
Yeah. Burna is a nice starting weapon, especially considering it looks like guards are in the magic pool. So, should be able to deal with a lot of early game combat pretty easily.
Get to see what the tree pool is. It's more magic, because why not?
Yeah.
Leaf finds a dark cave. I think Leaf has found Old Man Rescue, maybe?
It's not Old Man Rescue.
It is not.
This is, I think, DM Descent on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Zelda found the GT Big Key in Skullwoods. Also gonna...
Ooh, Leaf takes a fall, and that's gonna be it for this cave.
Yeah, this one can be a bit of a tricky one to do if you don't have any, like, guideline. But it was Fairy at Castle, so gonna probably take a lot of blind drops. But like, also, we have starting bugs, so theoretically we should probably end up seeing a pedestal check relatively early on in the season whenever we go up into Lost Woods. Though, you may want to hold off. Yeah, Zelda with some bombs. You can definitely see the...
Yeah, it's the front end of DM Descent, so Zelga's going to try to get to the other side.
Did you see what was on the island?
I think that was a hook shot.
Yes, it was.
And Zelga up on the mountain after getting through DM Descent, and we find Spectacle Rock. I did not get to see what we had on the island.
I did not see it either.
Oh, single arrow. Okay.
Alright, well, Zeruvian is happy.
Thieves Town is our green pendant. Leaf, good dodging of the mini mold arms. Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, that's a really good thing to know about, at least, just that's where we get to over here.
Desert Palace at K45. K45 located at the left of the 2 caves. And we find the back of Skull Woods.
It's a nice little cluster up here on the mountain. This is obviously we don't really have a logical way of getting over here as of yet, just because. Ooh, and half magic.
Yeah, that's a
burn out.
solid find.
Yeah.
All right, magic bat also located. So at least we don't have to play the game of Ganon's over this way, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know how to get there at least. It's the Spectacle Rock, thankfully. But
Right, I'm just more meaning we don't have the battle to find where Ganon is at the back end of Skull Woods.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was playing an Archipelago Seed the other day on the new Archipelago Dev Branch by Orobot, and Ganon is at the back of Skull Woods, and I had to go through a Doors version of Dungeons and Files to get there.
We found Old Man. His home is located at Spiral Exit. His back entrance is as soon as Zelda gets through there. Okay, more Dark World.
Yeah. Not too. I mean, I'd say it's good, except we exit out in Skull Woods with our Sync Quit, so this really doesn't do us any good. Mimic
Cave. No hammer, so we can't do it, but it's good to find out. We find the brewery, I believe it was at the Capitalism Ferry. Tower of Hera is located. So much going on right now.
Yeah, Leaf doesn't want to expend any bombs or anything in order to try to check the 2 items in there.
Can't
Small
blame.
key. Yeah.
Can't blame them. Can't blame them one bit at this point. When you have 6, you might find Mini Moldorm Cave, and you don't have the bombs to take care of it. So you want to try to be somewhat conservative with your bomb usage at this point.
Yeah. Zelda did apparently find a boomerang somewhere, which is nice because that'll be good. But you're just getting it to Hera. But
I think it was the back of Sahashwala.
all right.
Okay, there's Ganon found.
Hey, we just start taking drops.
Left side desert. So Leaf, they are going to go check to see what we have on the torch and also in the freebie.
Yeah. Zelda is using the actually this is why the red boomerang is a better boomerang. You can use it to Ancilla delete and get your fake flippering off.
Got a correction from. Just want to know, we got a correction from our tracker that it was indeed the hookshot that was on the Lake Hylia Island.
Yeah, I was more interested what the item on the floating island was. Because
I didn't get the chance to see it myself. We found an ice rod inside desert. Okay, $20. Thank you, Pichu and Tomeltech for doing the tracking for us, by the way. Sick kid! No bottle.
Alright, well, Zelda's heading over to Village behind Leaf, so it'll be interesting to see if there's anything in Hera that Leaf kind of skipped.
Yeah, and the Zelda with that boomerang is going to definitely help things out. Well, there's our logical access to the mountain with that lamp.
Yeah.
Back of Super Bunny.
Ooh,
there's a big key in the basement of Tower of Hera. What do we got?
Oh, no. Oh, that's the worst.
Well, we don't have a way of beating Moldorm just yet, because we don't have a sword, or do we have a hammer for that?
Oh, no, Zelda's got a Eastern Palace big key. Which means he'll never go to Eastern without a bow. Yeah. And, like, you can't even... You know where the hookshot is, so it's not even like you're going to make a play. You're kind of banking on there being a hammer or sword up in top of Hera if you climb. And it's really annoying.
Yeah, and you got 2 checks to do so, but the problem is you only got 2 checks, and that sword, that hammer could be anywhere.
Yeah. There.
I mean, you could try to beat Moldorm with over the head with an ice rod, but it would just bounce you off the platform.
Yeah. Little one's fine. Big one, no. Leaf purposely trying to route around the bottle vendor because they don't have the money for bottle vendor yet. Bomb shop. Pot and swamp.
Nice 5-6s. Paradox Cave. So Leaf's going to complete the route, then use that as a connector, I assume. Speaking of our Moldorm Cave, unfortunately, the Moldorm doesn't want to play nice.
Leaf, you have burn up. Yeah, there we go.
Can't blame them for trying to use the bombs early on in this fight. Get ourselves our first glove.
Yeah.
And a big key to the Palace of Darkness, plus the rupees for bottle vendors. So Leaf will be able to complete this village and get everything.
Yeah. I'm just going to point it out here that currently Zelda's going to leave Village of Outcasts with at least 5 big keys, and Leaf only has 1.
Maybe more than 1.
Yeah.
Sword!
In logic, because we started with an invincibility item, essentially. That's really nice.
Nice movement through the lasers here for Leaf. You can see that they have definitely... Oh, 2 swords!
Oh, boy. You know, this is going to be a really interesting point soon, where, if Leaf decides to, like, dip into the Dark World, they'll find, and, like, start and just, like, dip Skullwoods and see if they can grab, you know, whatever they can out of Skullwoods.
And we're going to have another big key. Speaking of Skull Woods, there's the big key to that. Small key to Skull Woods in the big chest of Desert.
Oh, boy.
Still way too early to kind of know where this race is going because, yes, Leaf wound up not getting up to the mountain, not able to do much to get those big keys, but on the same token, it's still way too early to kind of figure out where the seed is going to be taking our runners.
Yeah. Leaf gonna go get the items out of... Very comfortably equipped now with Master Sword. Small key to these, nice.
Small...
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm just going to say it's going to be interesting, at least, if Leaf, because we did find that the back of Skullwoods up on the mountain. We now have a Master Sword and a lamp to kill Mafia.
Always be completing dungeons. You might see a run to do that, especially if we can get. There's our Moon Pearl.
All right.
So I'm just curious at this point if we're going to be able to get that a skull small. Obviously, we're going to be able to find a path towards a skull small because of the fact that we start Sanctuary over at the back of Skull Woods, or not the back of Skull Woods, but the Skull Woods. All right, this game is just getting even more sillier.
All right. Well, we're up on the mountain. You know?
Yeah, when you
It's
have
nice.
3 hearts, you're going to definitely want to get some health refilled.
Yeah. Zelda could go back for Hera. You got Master Sword. You might climb, or you might see if you can somehow snag Dog Shot first. Mire Shed here for Leaf.
With the flippers, that's one piece of the needing of the puzzle to get that hook shot.
Yeah.
All we need now is a mirror, and that hook shot will be ours.
All right, 3 more entrances, and then largely that will kind of actually negate a lot of like Zelda's early advantage, because this was just a map over here for.
What's your feelings about maps?
You know, if it's kind of on route, I'll grab it. If not, then whatever. We'll kind of just go. Oh, hey, cloak, cape. If
look,
not,
Agate Tower.
If not, just grab it as is. Not really. First spot, small, nice.
Not small, not much else we can do here. So one more entrance left until the old man is behind either a hammer or a mirror.
Yeah.
And we will need such an item to get the old man to rescue for the extra starting point. And Zelda's going to join Leaf up on the mountain, has chosen to go the upper route here.
Yeah. Honestly, knowing where the back of escape is, plus having the lamp, dark crosses, and logic, just fully raid everything, and then maybe check the entrances and then decide if you want to save put or not. Let's start the Dark World loop, I guess. It'd be really nice to find the mirror before the Dark World loop, though, because it helps minimize the backtracking.
GT small, so those are nice to have for convenience purposes.
Yeah. Still don't know exactly what's at Pyramid because we haven't seen. We know that one of our drops. There's the 3 drops in Skullwoods. One's got to be Skullwoods. One's Skullwoods. One is Sanctuary and one is Magic Bat, and then the third one.
Oh,
good.
Sanctuary! Har! Oh. Poor Leaf. And that was the map to Swamp Palace, which we already know is a 5-6, so Leaf did a good idea skipping that map.
All right. Wonderful. The best spot for Sandcard.
And just to respond to the comment from Xandor, we do know that Old Man Rescue is going to be at the Tower of Hera by process of elimination. It cannot be over on the other side of the mountain.
I get what Xander's saying. Xander was saying that if we find the lower half of Old Man Rescue.
Oh, right. Well, there is that, yeah. If we find the Old Man, the climb entrance. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I misinterpreted it.
Yeah. Okay, the shield. All right.
Yay.
All right.
Wow, shield, says no one ever. All right, so these two doing a high five here in Hyrule Castle. All right. That is actually the best result, because that takes rid of one of our DDM caves over here.
Yeah.
I'm getting teamed up against here by Pichu and PH. But I also know that they are not being serious with that WoW shield either. Alright, that's one of our force outs.
Yep. It's pretty... Every bit of Hyrule Castle is just sitting up on Death Mountain today. Aga Tower and the three castle entrances. But Leaf gonna take one more look and take the Spike Cave entrance and then do a safe clip. Unless Leaf wants to go through... No, because it'll be a Dark World. Just finish off this entrance, all these entrances, and be done with the side of the mountain.
Yeah, this is a one-off at this point. You do not leave it behind, otherwise it will hurt you if it turns out to be an item cave. Or a dungeon.
Yeah.
Top Owl's, or rather, Zelga's getting the same sad news.
Oh, this is going to be horrible for Leaf.
They can't do it. They don't have the big key to desert yet.
No, Zelda has a fire source and ice rod, though. And half magic.
Okay, true.
Not
So
sure where
yeah,
Leaf is
I
going.
get what you're getting at with that. Leaf is able to retreat out of the dungeon. Zelda is going to be able to finish the dungeon.
I know what Leaf is doing. Leaf's going to go back out and take a look at the last entrance in Skullwoods. Which is not bad. He's going to take the bush drop down in the back of Skullwoods. But he's going to be walking through Spectacle Rock Cave again. Oh no!
No, Leaf is going back to Paradox Cave
Paradox.
to check to see what the bottom exit is.
Yeah. All right, this also works. I
Moon
forgot.
Pearl was in Paradox Cave.
Yeah. And we're on the bridge.
Alright, well, that's not really the result you want to see, but we do get an item out of this at the chicken coop. And all we get for it is 20 rupees, so we'll go back and do some other stuff.
I'll have time to deal with the fun of Sankard. Leaf gonna probably just do the bit of, just do all these drop downs now. There's 3 items, plus you'll go into Skullwoods and steal the small geekas in case you find.
Alright, heart container, 20 rupees, 20 rupees, a whole lot of red and not a lot of progression.
Yeah.
Zelda getting ready to jump into desert here with 4 hearts remaining. Well,
It's like,
make it
this is
3.
like, yeah. It's like, wait a second.
Leaf trying to get a little fancy with the bomb, unfortunately too low, so held on to it to take the damage. Find Swamp Palace, so another dungeon to click on our buttons here. Yep, pick up the hearts. Good game knowledge there by Zelda. And Thieves Town found at Mini Moldorm Cave.
Really nice if we could find the mirror around here in here.
I mean, it would be nice. Game's not going to be that nice to us, but one could hope, one could dream.
Yeah. Alright, we've got the less useful rod on Lamnos, but Zelda one cycles them anyway.
It's all about knowing how to pace yourself. It is for a pendant, though. So that's 2 of our 3 pendants known.
Yeah.
There's the ruby arrow.
Yeah.
Hammer! Alright, so that's a solid find right there for Leaf inside of Thieves Town. Now we're going to make our way over to the other side here of Ice Rod Cave. Figure out what's in these three. And Zelda's going to find where this Eastern Hyrule Castle goes. It's one of the Force Outs.
And that puts us on solid, regular Dark World access now. If we didn't have a, two Synchros in the Dark World, but...
Right, we can now utilize the portals.
Yeah.
There's the Desert Eastern side, so Lee's got some decision making to make at this point. Yeah. Having stolen that key. But we got other things to do, like spending some rupees, perhaps.
Yeah. We're going back up to...
We're going to be running ourselves over here. I forgot, none of us have seen what these entrances do just yet, so good moves here by Leaf. We're going to see over towards the eastern area for Zelda.
Yeah, two of our... Zelda is actually going to take a look where the Spectacle Rock Drop is. Library, just with a piece of heart, don't care. Zelda's going to find the back of
Schoolwoods area.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's a little bit of a discussion about Swamp Palace routing. I don't know the statistics. I'm sure there's people who have spent time... Okay, there's the right side of Skullwoods over here, so... That drop down at Lumberjack is useless. I think there's people who probably have timed things out using the practice hack. However, I don't know which one would be considered faster. I usually skip the diver down key, but... Others, they skip other keys, and I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer to it.
I believe the timing that I remember from when it got initially discussed from, like, I think it was Skelly who did the timing, was you skip the diver, you skip the first key.
Oh.
Well.
So go on with what you're saying.
You skip the first key, but you pick up the Phelps key.
The Specky key.
Yeah, you skip Specky key, but you get the other ones.
Because technically you don't skip the first key, the one that is underneath the pot to get you into the room to do the Specky clip. Alright, nothing over here. We get ourselves hammer pegs. I had nothing in it. As Zelda finds the 5-item cave, a blind cell over here. Where are we right now for Zelda?
I missed I didn't really see anything of interest in that.
I think
2 entrances heading to the desert. Oh, there's the mirror.
Huge finds for Zelda. Now has the tools to finish Eastern.
And a bow. Nice. Well,
and a small key to Desert Palace.
Yeah, Zelda. So Leaf went out to Ice Rod Cave. Zelda went to Agino's Cave. We're on the South Shore. I do imagine this means both runners are going to immediately save put in the Dark World and then head for the hook shot because you want to use the hook shot. Good Bee Cave was one of the 2 entrances I didn't see. What was the other one?
Desert Ferry, according to Lana Bean, is where the breastsmiths are, so that's good to mark down. Yep. Leaf is going to get that mirror in just a moment, so it's not that big of a difference for these 2 runners time-wise. Obviously, the difference right now is that Leaf cannot finish Eastern, whereas Zelda can.
Well, I think the bow was in here, wasn't it?
Yeah, the bow's here, but Leaf does not have the Eastern
Oh, the
big.
Eastern big. Yeah, that's right. Well,
All right, well. So this is where we're going to see Zelda start to move around pretty efficiently with the mirror in possession, be able to clean up the northwest corner of this map.
yeah. Oh, there's our fire rod.
All right, so Moldorm next, or not Moldorm.
Mothula.
Mothula next. Let's go.
Yeah. That was just a map. Alright. I mean... Leaf's gonna basically almost do exactly the same thing here now, I think. Actually gonna go for the hookshot first.
Yep, out comes the hammer, and we'll immediately go grab that.
Where was Waterfall Fury? Was this Dark Fortune Teller?
And Ice Palace at Light Fortune Teller. Leaf also going to be checking the Swamp Palace entrance, as well as the Bombos Medallion. And hi, Eastern. Zelda EP is not going to happen today. What do you think is our last pendant?
It'd be really funny if it was Eastern.
Hera small there.
Dark Shopping Mall and Hookshot for Leaf in a second.
Ooh, please. Be careful. This is not a place where you want to take a death, even though it's close to your start. It's just more of the time loss aspect than anything else. Now, I personally would get my health refilled on that fortune teller. More because you've got... Oh, that was close. Really close. And you still got to deal with one of those bombers trying to get into Lake Hylia. Never mind. Never mind. We're just going to take a death here.
Word pod. We can go do the front. Get the first 5 items out of pod, all in logic. We're not taking a death here. If you get the mirror.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, we're going to take the death maybe to get our health replenished so that way we could maybe not die to the bomber. That was my concern, because...
Yeah.
That hurts. Really hurts. I have a feeling Leaf is not spending that key and has plans for that key in other locations.
We'll see. Like,
I think Leaf is taking a page out of Vikur's book from a few days ago and is going to go and go to the back of this pod.
I mean, for all we know, there'll just be a pod key on the right side, so... Yeah, am I having not fast?
Go ahead, go on. You got to replay the Tamiltech first.
Oh no, Tom let Zaf into my commentary call when I said that doing this is a once in 100 times don't ever do this play.
So
and I got yelled at by Zaf. So
for those wondering where the hammer is, it is in Thieves Town at Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, Zelda will get there eventually. Like it's
Zelda's going to route this entire loop of the Dark World, mirror into all of the places in the Light World. Efficient searching, but it will be a later check here. Probably still another 15-20 minutes, depending on how many dungeons we find between here and there.
Yeah.
By the way, nothing inside this Eastern so far.
No. There we go.
This is a small key to this dungeon, friends. And Eastern is a crystal. Hero Small was the only thing of note inside of this Eastern. So nothing inside this dungeon. And if there's something in this dungeon, we won't find out for another hour and a half.
Yeah. I wonder if this will be Leaf just... So, I think Leaf knows that, like, the expectation that Leaf will have would be that they're the underdog in this race. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, Zelda is an incredibly strong runner. And...
Yeah, and just to answer on that thing, I think part of that is Leaf doesn't have the confidence kind of at the level that Zelda does. Leaf does have some talent, which gets showcased here and there. But I do think on paper, when you look at the difference between these two runners, the edge would go to Zelda.
Yeah. And so I think this is basically explaining... Oh, there's our second castle tower key. I think this is kind of going to explain exactly what Leaf is doing here. Leaf is going to 100% just bank on never ever having to go back into pot for any of the other two items that they're going to leave behind, which is two small keys. And do it the incredibly slowly.
Zelda, by the way, finds the dam located at the Arrow game.
We've already seen Swamp.
Yes, we have. We already have flippers. We have a hammer, and we have a way of getting the Cane of Samaria.
Oh, that's really good. That's gonna be interesting, depending on how many more small keys Zelda's able to pull out of here.
And our other 5-item cave is located right here. There's another pond small.
Unfortunately for Leaf, that's gonna pretty much negate any advantage.
And make that 2 Dark Palace Smalls inside of Pipe Cave.
Yeah. That's unfortunate for Leaf. Because Zelda's gonna come in here with 3 keys, gonna find the 4th, and then is gonna essentially do what Leaf did, but faster, and also grab one more item.
Yep. And some of that stuff will make a difference. Like, Leaf is probably really banking on pulling something huge outside of this dungeon. And I mentioned about this, finding this pod. Now, the unfortunate thing for Zelda is the way that they're going about this. They're going to find pod before they find the hammer.
True.
So,
actually, not a guarantee on that, but probably.
Well, given where pod is, I think it's likely, but maybe actually not. You are right. They might just do this lift rock into Mini Moldorm Cave first, and then head up, which actually would be beneficial for Zelda.
Yeah. Then Zelda will also find Swamp Palace at almost the exact same time. Yeah, I think with the way Zelda wants to go, head for the lake and whatnot. You're doing the south rock.
Yeah, you're lifting the rock first because this is the easiest way to do this.
Yeah. Also, I hadn't done Bombo's tablet, so.
Leaf gets 4 of the 6 down on the first cycle. Now, this is not a free fight coming up here for Leaf at 4.5 hearts remaining on green mail. We do have the fairy in the bottle, so that will give Leaf a security blanket, but this is not free when Helmet Star does 2 hearts damage and the fireballs do 1.
Yeah, but you've got the bow.
Right, it's just you got to be careful not let this get out of control.
Yeah, we're just gonna shoot him in the face a few times.
Yep.
And he took it, so it's gonna work.
And here comes the hammer for Zelda, and yeah, this is what I meant. So Leaf again got a little bold, and this is where you have the fairy, so you can go bold, but now you've lost the fairy, and now just gotta be careful, get the final hit. There you go.
Yeah, it was essentially a double knockout, but.
And we get a map, and it is the crystal number 1 for Leaf, so good job on Leaf on that one. Comment, or rather chat, talking about the bump that Zelda wound up taking. They as they left that screen, they bounced off the tree, because some of the Dark World trees, they were to dissuade you from bonking into so many of them, so they would retract you and then lay a bomb down if you were to bump into them.
Yeah, like the in-universe media res explanation for it is that, like, the trees are actually people who have been transformed by Ganon's dark magic of the, corruption of the Triforce. And basically in doing so...
Ah, nice prize from the fairy.
Yeah. So, and like a lot of the ones who will like bump you will actually yell at you. Also talk to you and yell at you.
Yeah. Watch where you're bonking. And there's the hook shot for Leaf. Oh, that's a good stun prize, knowing that that's a full magic refill.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you are cheering for Leaf, you are hoping that Zelda doesn't find anything good in the extra check that Zelda's going to be able to make inside of this Palace of Darkness coming up in just a few.
Yeah. Like Leaf finding Samaria in the back of pod there is actually extremely good for Leaf, but it immediately, like, finding Hypekey with 2 more bounce balls, like, kind of just, like, threw that out the window. Because that means Zelda's going to get Samaria.
Yep. And we checked the first of the items inside of this Swamp Palace. Turns out just to be a compass. Find the bottom of Bumper Cave over here in the Dark Shopping Mall. And here's Pod for Zelda. And we take a look. Hera is a crystal.
Alright. Well, that's
and now
good.
to find out what's on the right side of Desert for Leaf.
Yeah. Alright, so Leaf will go into Hera sooner than later because of that knowledge, and we'll discover...
Thieves Town Big Key!
I don't love that.
And you also gotta love that sword upgrade, too.
Yeah. I'll take the sword upgrade. Thieves Town Big Key could stay behind.
I'll take both. I mean, yes, it's a green pen at Thieves Town, but this is really... These Crosskey seeds come down to how well you can listen to the seed and what it wants you to do. As we find our pathway to the bumper ledge over here to find out what's on the other side, and that's Chess Game.
Yeah. I find it really funny that Chess Game and Library are right above each other. But gonna be comfortable level of offense relief now. Uh,
And right there, you can tell that Leaf has had experience with inverted modes, given their tree pull knowledge on that.
yeah.
Getting bombs out there.
Yeah. A lot of runners kind of just know where 2 or 3 pull, 2, 3 pull spots are. Plus, maybe, the houses that can do it. But almost nobody ever uses the ones in the Dark World, because usually by the time we're in the Dark World, you kind of are, you have your resources kind of squared away.
Yeah. And it's still great knowledge to know. You really want to know where your ability to get some supplies might be if you need them at various times. And especially in the Dark World, where those are the ones, as you mentioned, those are the ones that people are not accustomed to. So the people who play inverted, like Leaf is a regular inverted at times, you will see them knowing that or putting that knowledge to good use. We find TR left over here on top of Graveyard Ledge.
Zelda gonna use some bomb strats.
Yeah, the 2 bombs plus the remainder of the hits via the hammer. 9 of them, to be exact. And really brilliantly done for Zelda.
Leaf having none of the Poke's business today.
Yeah, absolutely. Could understand that. Really well done for Zelda. Crystal number 2 for them.
Now, I kind of like the way that Leaf started to head for Village, and then probably realized, like, my saving quit points in Skullwoods.
Yeah,
I should just route to the right and then just save and quit there, because I can go do Pod Eastern and top of Castle.
Oh, be careful with that. Yeah, burn a strats here.
Yeah. Take the death.
And then take the hug, because down to a half a heart, you don't want to go back into the Dark World with only a half a heart, because that's a good way of getting yourself back to start real fast.
Yeah. Plus, your stun prize right now is half magic.
Well, magic refills, yeah.
The full magic, so. Oh, okay.
So we're gonna abandon that, knowing that our portal is at the same. Oh, hi, Skullroad's front.
Yeah. TR small.
And we get ourselves a small key to TR inside of one of the checks that Leaf was unable to get to. So no harm, no foul for Leaf there.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm not. Okay, at least gonna go check the other drop down over here at the ferry. Which I'm pretty sure at this point we're kind of down to either the Thieves drop down or the Lumberjack drop downs.
And it's Lumberjack or the Thieves drop down with a powder. It is Useless Fairy or the Lumberjack is the 2 remaining drop downs.
We saw Fairy. Fairy's at the castle.
Fairy's at the castle, so that takes care of that. So,
it's,
all right. So Lumberjack at the pyramid.
It's either Lumberjack or it's Pinball Room for Skullwoods, because it's a.
Oh, true.
Yay! Because it's Zelgawoods today, everybody. Who could we have named this flag after? No idea.
Gem.
No, I'm pretty sure Gem's name is just Boots.
Totally agree.
Leaf is heading... Okay, Leaf is heading for... We're gonna go take a look at, okay, other side of Lockshot Cave here for Zelda. Opting to do the sequence in a bit of a different route. But Leaf knows that they can drop down and use the magic powder they just got for a check over here, and then probably exit out and then do all of the back of Skull Woods. It's unfortunate because, like, the... yeah, it's going to be kind of unfortunate just because, like, the fire rod is over on this... is over in this entrance. And that means you can't go check the... You know, you can't actually go check the back of Skull Woods entrance for a while, but...
So Hookshot Cave was located over at the Curiosity Shop, or the Upgrade Ferry, rather.
Yeah. We saw the other side of it. It's the Thieves Town entrance, so... But Zelda didn't have the hookshot at the time.
Okay. So that takes care of that mystery.
Yeah. Found the hookshot, but didn't... Honestly, like, not even really a bad spot for it, given that, you know, Sanctuary's in Skullwoods, so... So I was gonna find the rest of them.
So for Zelda right now, that is 2 dungeons that can be B. It's going to be now 3 dungeons that can be B once we do this here to get the Thieves big. Again, Thieves Town being a green pen, but who knows what's inside.
Alright, Fire Rod for Leaf, which is going to be annoying because you don't really have a good way of getting back to that part of the Dark World anymore. Tempered Sword for Leaf. Tempered Sword
by the way.
for Zelda, yeah. Though Leaf will be finding Ice Palace here pretty shortly. And, well, probably just go beat Ice, which is probably a crystal.
Well, it's 1 in 3 chance that it's not. I'm sorry, 1 in 4 chance. Well, they know it's... Never mind.
Yeah.
1 in 3 chance that it's not, based on what we know collectively.
Yeah. Alright. We did not see this bit of Dark World on Leaf's side. They opted not to go here. So we'll see what Catfish is. And...
Oh, big key to GT in the pinball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was all the woods. That's not shuffled anymore.
That's right. No guarantee.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't notice Zelga had picked that up earlier. So both runners with that.
Yeah, I'm surprised Leaf hasn't dipped. Leaf doesn't know where the dam is because it's Arrow game.
Yeah, that's correct. They have not done that VU loop around. We are going to check this Elder connector. We're running out of connectors to get us to places on the mountain like the floating island. That does not, but we get to see what the item is now.
Yeah.
Just a red rupee. Leaf in short order will find out that this is going to be the other side of the DM Descension that they left behind earlier at Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, honestly though, this is kind of going to work out decently for Leaf. Just, yeah, Leaf just realized, yeah,
Yep.
Because we're not going to see the bottom of it, but Leaf's going to go over, rescue the old man, but also going to hook shot across, probably go back over and. like we're also gonna. He's also going. Sorry, they're also going to get the Eastern Palace Keep before I find the Eastern Palace, which is really important. They might also find a Desert Palace over there, I think, as well. So.
All right, here comes the old man rescue for Leaf.
Yeah.
It had to be here at this point.
Yeah, and honestly, like, this bit of routing is actually going to work out fairly decently for Leaf because, first Mire small, wonderful. Because Paradox Cave's bottom entrance, the upper entrance is down essentially where you rescued the old man. So you take that takes you to the bridge, you drop down out of Spiral Cave, you check everything on the left side, and then maybe you go back across the mountain if you want to and check what's over there. I think Lee's gonna just make sure to grab the cape because...
Yeah, this totally makes sense.
Yeah.
We've seen one side of Bumper, but we haven't seen the other side, and...
I mean, it really can't go anywhere useful, but it is just gonna be nice.
Blue mail found.
Or is Leaf gonna play the, I'm gonna go across to Hyrule Castle and drop down the Spectacle Rock?
I honestly think Leaf is wanting to see what is in that second check of Agate Tower here, since we got the castle small.
Oh, that is also true.
No, we don't. We're not going to do that.
We're going back through Spectacle Rock again with the Fire Rod. Wonderful. Well, for Leaf's sake, I hope it's Boots. I know Leaf is somebody who very much enjoys playing with Boots. And
yeah, they really would love to not spend an hour without the Boots.
Yeah.
Yep, and Leaf does know Harrow's. We got it marked down on the map here. Nothing at the back of Skull Woods is unfortunate, but...
Alright. Well, let's see what's on bed. Nothing.
Oh boy, it's not a pet seed, friends.
No.
What a surprise! All right, friends. So up here at the top of the mountain, this is going to get Zelga some pieces of information.
Yeah.
Or we're going to go into the bottom of the paradox so we can mirror on the TR bridge. Zelda's going to be able to give us some more checks because of that mirror over here.
Yeah. I think this is just a map.
Information's good, especially if you can give us new information. Unfortunately, that is not new information for us.
Nope, it's a dungeon both runners have cleared.
And in the dungeon that we were hinted to, what was a 5-6 earlier today. All right, Mimic Cave. What do we got here? Ha 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 ha. C. No. Spiral main entrance is our curiosity shop. Oh my goodness. Are we joking me?
Somebody knows who's watching.
All right.
I'm sure Leaf is now hoping that the boots are at the bottom of Spiral Cave.
There's the Desert Pig for Leaf. They're going to find Skull Woods here next as Zelda finishes off with the last check over here. Which is GT.
So where has Zelda got into okay. That was
We're at checkerboard.
checkerboard. We're full player in this. One GT small, but if we go right side, we're going to be pretty well set off.
I do want to say before we go into the Mothula fight, if you like what you're seeing from both of these runners, how about you give them a follow, show them some love for being able to be here on Zelda Speedruns for your entertainment tonight. Mothula for Zelga.
Zelda's 100% clock.
Or rather, Leaf. Mothula's down. There we go. Silver arrows on Mothula.
Nice. To Xander's question, chat, does Zelda climb? I think if there's not a lot in here, I think Zelda's climbing just because it's here and it's the end of the route. And I don't think Zelda's on top of the castle, so this is a great way to get to top of castle. GT Compass and GT Compass room. Wonderful, team. Wonderful.
Alright, here we go to the left side.
Leaf's gonna take the Desert Palace big key and go kill Landos probably, and then be sad that it's a pendant. But I haven't found the desert map yet. And you know there's a
dungeon.
decent...
Always be clearing dungeons. We're at the hour mark. You're up against Zelga. You got to be clearing dungeons when you can. Boots inside the Staphos room.
Yeah. I think that's our last.
Huge... That's last pod small, as you're about to point out. That's a huge find for Zelga, so they've got the movement advantage now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like it's not going to be. It's not good, but it's not the worst. I'm sure Leaf will eventually get back around to checking that spot.
Yeah, but the one main issue right now is the pathway to get here is to go through the Skullwoods connector at Lumberjack to get anywhere remotely close to here. So, I mean, you're gonna do it because you know it's here, and this has the volume of 3 entrances that you can check, but it's not in an easy spot that you're gonna be thinking, this is the next place I need to go.
Oh,
and there's the shield for Zelga, so both of our runners are even on the shields thanks to a purchased shield by Leaf. Wow, shield! Leaf unfortunately not able to get the one cycle, a little too early on that arrow, but we get done second round. And down comes the pendant. And the other sword, Bomb's chest instead of GT, so that will do it.
So our runners are pretty much going to have comfortable climbing for the end game.
Alright, here comes Agate Tower, I believe, for Leaf. Get Ice Palace, and there's the other mail upgrade.
Alright, well, Zelga's going to go away because we can now beat Ice, we can now beat... Okay, so Zelga has 4 clearable dungeons, plus can go into Mire. So
yeah, but you're hoping to get the Mire big before you go into Mire, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
Hyrule Castle small. That's not really what you really wanted to see right there. And Zelga now finds out the Hera is a crystal.
Yeah, but this is going to be Leaf dropping down to the laser bridge entrance, or laser bridge exit, and finding
The good
Saha.
part, yeah, this will at least get Zelga the Saha information.
Yeah, plus I believe this is where the Eastern Bells begin us. Alright, I will be right back.
Well, I'll be right here. Thank you for joining us here on Zelda Speedruns. Zelda with the 2 smalls and the big key in hand is going to go and get this icebreaker quite easily. Leaf unfortunately falling and does not want to continue on there, so we'll try this again. GT small. And while we're shouting people out, big thank you to Tech and also Pichu for trekking for us tonight. And the rich continue to get richer there for Zelga as we find the Swamp Small here, this Ice Palace. A required Ice Palace big key.
Oh boy.
So Leaf could be in a lot of trouble in this seed if they choose to do ice without going into GT. Because then you isolate that, you make that a last location.
Yeah, Leaf's gonna do ice without going into GT.
Yep. Although they are walking south from where Ice Palace is.
Yeah.
We do find that the brewery held the Meyer Big.
Where was this Eastern Big?
Leaf did not find the Eastern Big yet. It's in Hera, which Leaf did not have a good ability to get through the lowered blocks in order to pick up.
That's right.
Smooth fight against Cold Stare for Zelga for 20 rupees, and it's a crystal, which means we know, and I believe Zelga also knows now, that it is Pendant TR.
And I think that's going to be all she wrote for Leaf, because Zelga's in full go mode at an hour 7.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, wait, no, that's right. Zelga does not have the Meyer Big Key, which is in the brewery. Which he knows about, but has not gone back for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is gonna be... Oh boy.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Zelga at this position. And really nothing that Leaf did wrong. It's just Zelga made the one move that made the biggest difference here, and that is completing the path into GT.
I think it's like with a lot of Crosskeys, it comes down to sequencing and just kind of like having the mirror before you having the mirror before you got into the Meyer region helps a lot.
Oh yeah, for certain.
Okay, so Leaf hasn't seen ice. Has skipped that entrance entirely. Wonderful. So both runners have missed entrances that they
Vengefully the dam for Leaf, but nothing they can really do at this point in time without that small.
So, theoretically, for the record, about an hour 5, hour 6 in is when Zelda should have been in go. Because that's... Oh boy, this will be interesting.
Well, why do you say that?
Because the last item that they needed...
Well, do you feel that Zelda has forgotten about the brewery?
I know that they haven't gone back to it, and there's a very good chance that, yes, they forgot about the brewery.
I don't think they have. I think that it's just that they've gotten pulled away to other various things.
You walked right by it. You walked near the screen. You were at Ice Palace, which is...
Well, Ice Palace is on the Light World side, so I mean, I know what you're getting at.
Yes, but...
Zelda still has it marked off with a green dot on the tracker, so they have not completely written that spot off. It's just they got to be able to see that green dot on the tracker at some point in time to say, hey, you still need to come here.
Yeah.
For now, though, we're going to go finish Skull Woods because we can.
But I would say that, like...
Zelda's in a better position.
Yeah.
Much better position. Because we're very worried about what Leaf can do once they find ice. Because if they find ice before finding GT, this race is more over than it is now.
Yeah, it'd be over. What does...
GT was at Checkerboard, and the only way we know to get there at this point is through Skull East to Skull West.
Yeah.
Skull East is at Lumberjack. Here comes Hera for Leaf, or not. Here comes Meyer for Leaf.
Yeah, Leaf doesn't have the Hera big, so gonna maximize. Maximize. Fortunately, the big key for Hera is just in Hera.
Yes, it is.
Alright, let's see, where is...
Zelga's doing Swamp next.
Yeah. We'll probably skip left side.
Zelda right now is an ABCD, one item from Go mode.
Yeah.
And you're going to see how the boots, the lack of boots, is affecting Leaf at this point. And as you pointed out, Leaf is somebody who really loves having that footwear right now.
Yeah, I mean...
And at this point, I don't think Leaf gets it before the finish from Zelda.
No.
Providing Zelda, within the next 15 minutes, gets to the brewery.
Really, realistically, it's going to depend on what distracts Zelda. If finding the TRV key might distract Zelda. Leaf's just going to completely skip left side. Because, like, Leaf once Leaf is done, yeah, we're not doing the left side. Alright, once Leaf is done with Meyer, it'll be Hera time. We'll discover... Oh, there's our last Marswell. Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Gets through the door before it shuts again. We're not doing cutscene. Makes sense.
Yeah. I'll grab big chest and the last one, and then bail after killing Diddy. But yeah, realistically, like, this race will come down to, like, kind of mostly sequencing, like, not having the mirror before going to the Mario region, and not finding GTs before ice, probably. But
Yeah, and that really is a major point for any of these races. There's the flute, so what really could help Leaf out is if we find the Titans somewhere, but
yeah,
you've got to find those Titans ASAP in order to get into the GT. And even then, I don't know if it's enough at this point.
yeah, because Leaf's still down Eastern. We'll have to beat Hera,
and they were in Swamp Palace, so nope, Leaf's not getting it. Leaf is not getting it whatsoever. It's locked behind the Swamp Small in the Ice Palace big chest, so that's not happening.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Here comes the final check of pod for Zelda while we are in the general area.
Yeah. Doesn't actually surprise me we found all 6 spot smalls just because Samaria's 6 spot small locked, but Zelda's probably gonna, like, do the we're mostly out of, like, a lot of good overworld caves at this moment, except for Leaf not having found GT, because I think we still, like, have, like, 3 or 4 one-item caves left.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And Spiral, plus, like, there's kind of a cluster in the village that we've never gone back to. Mimic Cave and, well, Leaf's not Mimic Cave at this point, but... Oh, here's Spiral. Oh, here's Spike Cave.
Yeah.
Crystal 3 for Leaf. And now it'll be time for Hera, and then we'll be slightly annoyed that there are big keys in Hera, along with the Eastern Big, but we'll
Yeah, this is decent for Leaf to get into because it is a piece of the puzzle that they needed to get. It does lead to 2 of your crystal big keys.
Yeah.
It's just what we know at this point in time.
Yeah, the question is, can Zelda be delayed long enough for Leaf to have found? And because I think the problem is that it's Ice Palace is at the Village Fortune Teller house, and that's an easy entrance if you if you're not careful. That's an easy entrance to isolate.
It is. But also, when you find it, you're going to try to beat it. So it will be the worst case scenario here if Leaf does try to beat it without that big key, knowing what we know about this seed.
Yeah, because, like, there's a world where Zelda climbs GT, which would be very good for Leaf, but Leaf could also probably climb GT as well. If Leaf finds the ice big in GT, then I don't think Ice climbs GT. I think Leaf just bails for Ice. Or looks for Ice.
So Chad is asking, where is the Meyer Big Key? It is at the brewery, which is located at the Curiosity Shop. Middle hold for Leaf. Zelda was a bunny when they saw that and could not get the item inside, so they got it marked down as a green dot on their tracker, so they've got the indication that they should go back at some point. However, it's just a matter of when will they go back to get it. So you saw how Zelda came into this Hera after Leaf, and they are leaving this dungeon before Leaf.
Yeah. Like, well, Leaf got extremely unlucky with Moldarn just, like, hunting them right into the hole. And you hop down. But Zelda is gonna potentially go into my
They're not.
Kid, and yeah. Leaf left the portal in the Dark World over here, so we'll be able to go into Eastern now and pick up crystal number 5. After checking the Desert Valve Spring chest. Yeah. Zelda's put off dipping Mire for as long as possible. Knows they're Mire big from Gummo, they have to look in Mire.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. This will give Leaf a little bit of time, but Leaf is still in a behind position at this point.
Yeah. Also gonna turn them off though.
Meyer Big is over at the brewery located at the Curiosity Shop. Thank you so much, Tom O'Tag, for putting sticks in my mind. I don't know what I would do if Tom O'Tag wasn't here. What would you do, Topfile?
I'd probably be listening to a bird rant about Scotch and conspiracies. Which is an incredibly obscure reference that nobody knows except for me and Pikachu. But you know the bird in question.
Look, the way to get rid of an earworm is to listen to the whole song. That's not how that works. Eastern Palace for Leaf.
Yeah. Interested to see what Leaf does here. With the knowledge that you could have had your Eastern Big very, very early with a bow, do you want to make skips knowing that Zelda probably has already gone through here?
And you know you scream when you get that hair of small key, which is what we're going to find out right this moment after Zelda has found out that Meyer doesn't have the big key in it.
Yeah.
If Tumbletack doesn't be careful, I'm going to turn off this stream and put on a copy of Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. I can tell that there's probably audience here on ZeldaSpeedRuns that just went, huh?
I mean, that show from USA?
The Swamp Thing!
Oh my god.
Oh, vile game. Vile.
Yeah.
Alright, activate the duck. Here we go.
Zelda's gonna go back to GT and probably climb.
That will give Leaf some more time to get into GT, but...
Yeah.
Oh, we are going to be doing Pendant Trinex.
I don't have the TR big, but we can.
Oh, that's right. We don't have the TR big. That's right. We don't have it.
We can go to
Never mind.
To get the TR big, so we can beat Trinex and then go back and do the front of TR.
I mean, that would be a good way to do it. We still got 2 of our force outs left.
Yeah, we haven't seen Desert Palace or the Island.
Yep. Nice recovery right there for Leaf in that Igor room.
Yeah.
Being able to adjust on the fly like that is a smooth ability.
5 crystals for Leaf. Unfortunately, it is at the point now where the last 2 are kind of like inextricably linked.
Yeah, these last 2 are in limbo at this point. And Zelga's sitting with 6 crystals and not far away from the last one, but can't get the last one either until we go to the brewery.
Yeah. Might also be suffering from a bit of case of it was really easy to get here itis of the breweries in between 2 CM equip points. And thus, you know. Leaf is gonna push entrances.
Right, and I forgot that Old Man Back was over there. Yeah, because Leaf not finding GT means that GT could be anywhere. We know it's not going to be the case, but Leaf doesn't know that.
Yeah, I think Leaf is gonna go do pod. Checking the damn item, because where would we be in a Crosskeys seed without forgetting to check the damn item?
I don't know. I have never done that before. No, I've never done that before. No, really, I've never done that before. Where have you seen that video of me?
Everybody does it. So Leaf is desperately looking for ice pals in GT. And I think this is gonna have to be a must connect at this point. Oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah, that's one of our 2 force outs. Which then, by the way, by process of elimination, just because we just found everything else, Fairy Ascension has to go up to Floating Island.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I take that back. We still got Bumper Top.
That's true, yeah.
I'm getting the suspicious look based on my my conversation just a moment ago. No, never have you had a Crosskeys seed where you've forgotten to check an entrance, and it's so late into the seed when you finally do, and it turns out to be a place that you wish you had found like an hour and a half earlier.
Yeah. Well, there's your answer about Bumper.
All right, so yep, so Fairy Ascension now has to be your pathway to Bumper Island, or Floating Island, rather. And Zelga's going to find this out just at the same time. Pichu mentioning about the hoping to find GT before Ice Palace. We all really would love to find that. It's just so hard to make that call, but I mean, Leaf is still on the checking entrance mode right now, so maybe they might. Maybe they might.
Yeah, I think like yeah. I think there's a good shot that they do. Honestly, Leaf is checking entrances, which means like you want to go. You're checking density for entrances, which means the next thing you're going to do is go back into the Mire region because you've got 3 entrances that you haven't checked.
Yep. But we're getting to that point here where the amount of time that Leaf has been without the boots, it's really not going to make that much of a difference at this point. Zelga's able to just clear so much territory so much faster.
Yeah, really, Leaf is really hoping that Zelga's overclearing.
And you could also tell just based on how Leaf is moving right now, they're not happy with the fact that they, and in the way that they phrase it, I cannot use my A button.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really blame Leaf.
And I don't blame Leaf either. It's just the way that this seed has gone, the bounces.
Yeah.
We went from having a seed where the 2 of these Leaf had all the bells and whistles turned on for their week 3 match, to this week here just having Zelda Woods turned on.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a high 5 here at this entrance.
I think this will be probably Leaf opting to... We'll see if they go for the map. They're going to probably walk up to Catfish, and...
Here comes a Thieves Town clear for Zelga, so this will yield a little more time for Leaf to figure things out. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be enough at this point, given where we are and where Leaf needs to go.
Well, so that is a good map to have. Gonna go up, do the Zora region, and then, like, Maya region, not realizing that they've skipped the one entrance that they can't get to, and, well, then either climb or realize that they forgot about the fortune teller.
And we got a lot of people who watch these matches. It is a different scenario when you've got the controller in hand. You're fighting your emotions. You're fighting, in Leaf's case, the now increasing annoyance now that we're 92 minutes into the seed, and you don't have the ability to use the boots. And all of this going on at the same time, you know who you are up against. You're up against one of the stronger runners in this category, somebody who has regularly made the main brackets of this tournament.
Main brackets, much less finals, you know.
Yes. Not last year, because last year was Humbug and Telethar, but Zelga has made it deep into this tournament on regular occasion.
Yeah. Like of all the, you know, like of a lot of the Crosskeys runners, like Zelda, probably, I'd say one of the deeper runners who's continually been playing the seed.
Yeah.
You know, who still like regularly races and isn't kind of like taking most of the year off.
Yeah. Both of these runners are regular runners. These both, you see them in multiple tournaments. Zelda, we see them in the main tournament every single year. You see them in League all the time. Leaf, they played in Kabuki. We've seen Leaf play casual boots. Leaf's been in the main tournament and League. They're also in the No Logic, which is still going on right now as we speak. All
right. Well,
here comes the best thing here for Leaf.
Yes.
This is the best thing coming up here for Leaf.
Yes.
We are going to get ourselves into GT.
Yeah. And then Leaf has to refine the one entrance that they left behind on the overworld in their regular part. Oh boy, TRB.
Oh.
Well, we're going back into TR.
Game, you are silly. You are silly. You are annoyingly silly.
And Lethal Up Boots, an hour 34 in.
Yeah, you know that you probably wish you could have had those a lot sooner.
Yeah, I mean, the number of trips through Spectacle Rock Cave, the seed has been kind of horribly annoying. Alright, Zelda is starting on the other side of the mountain, which is probably because he can go check the last two entrances on the bottom of the mountain.
No, this is Saha. This is Saha. Then you can...
Oh yeah, because we got all three.
Here comes GT for Leaf at an hour 34 in. And you gotta think that Leaf's not happy about finding this here. More so what Leaf's gonna find out soon enough once they get to the Sappho Room.
Yeah.
Here comes the brewery. Yep, this is gonna be it. So this will do it at 1 hour 35 minutes, and we'll say about 25 seconds. Zelda is in go mode.
Yeah, Zelda probably
Been a sub 90 for Zelda easily. Now we just got to get over to Meyer. And Ganon is just around the corner from Meyer, so this will be a sub... I'll say sub 141 at this point. Maybe a sub 140, depending on how fast Zelda can make their way through this Meyer.
Yeah, like... Realistically, like, Leaf will... Like, if Leaf remembers to go and check what it would go and remember to check the last entrance, probably would sub 150 this.
Yeah, but I have a feeling Leaf, knowing that this is on restream, is going to DNF this once they see the finish from Zelda.
Yeah.
And they're going to know how this went once they find these boots here. They know that Zelda's going to been here sooner.
Well, they could have hoped. They might have hoped that like Zelda came back here. Realistically, like it kind of depends on how you did that sequencing into Meyer.
Right,
like,
but once you see the finish, you know how it is.
Yeah, you know that Zelda got into Meyer with the mirror probably first and found GT.
Yep.
Oh.
Anyways, so there's the boots for Leaf. At least they were able to find that piece of the puzzle before they wind up seeing the finish from Zelda.
Yeah.
And again, Leaf, a very difficult runner to face off because that 2-2 grouping, or rather the 3-2 grouping, is going to be rather stacked. You're going to have a lot of very difficult runners you're going to have to run the gauntlet through if you're going to get to the 3 and 2s.
I mean, it's a Crosskeys tournament. It's the top
It's
of
a
the bracket
difficult
is always.
tournament.
It's always ridiculous. It's always ridiculously stacked.
Yeah. And there's the silvers onto the eyeballs. Here goes the final piece of vitreous, and it's going to be just a short run for Zelda to get to Ganon.
Yeah. The good thing is, I think Leaf will at least up all the ice big, and then we'll just basically like, well, yeah, you just. If you did ice, then you'd be over. But
yeah, Leaf isn't horribly behind, but it all depends on what they were going to do to get to ice. We're just not going to see it at this point in time.
Yeah.
Because at this rate, Leaf will get past the ice Armos, get the ice big, and then by then we'll see the finish from Zelda. So here we go. Ganon coming up here at 1 hour 38-28 seconds. Gold sword and all, an easy fight.
Yeah, there's a decent shot Zelda was going to climb, but I think the TRB key forced him into a spot where he wanted to route against checking that one again. But
1, 2. Doesn't try for the 3 there. We're going to get the 2. And Leaf won't even get past the ice almost before the finish. Get your GGs in chat. Zelda gets the win to improve to 4-1. Official time of 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 33 seconds. Get your honks in chat for Zelda. Just right ordering. It's what it comes down to.
Yep.
Not much you can say about that.
Yeah, Leaf's still looking for ice.
And we got Zelda waiting in the waiting room. Drop them in. There they are. Zelda, GG's.
Yo,
GG's.
GG's, thank you.
So how about that Meyer Big, friend?
I hate bunny walking so much, man. Like I was on my way to that chest when I found the Skullwoods Middle connector that led the way to the Meyer area, and then I just forgot it existed forever.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think Leaf has also forgotten where. I think Leaf has potentially marked off Village Fortune Teller, and never is still kind of looking for ice.
And they have DNF'd here, so we'll get Leaf in here to talk about this seed as well. Get your GGs in for both of these runners. The order of command here.
Yeah, GG's.
So I certainly have that marked off on my end.
Yeah, probably. It's.
I thought I mirrored to it when I went to the Dark World version.
I've done that.
Yeah, thankfully you did not go into Ice Palace without the big key, because as we found out from Zelda, you needed the Ice Palace big key to get the chest with the Swamp Small in it.
Yeah, when I got that, and when I got the Meyer Big, and I still wasn't haven't lost the race, I was like, okay, the Swamp Small probably is the only chance. So, out of curiosity, when were you guys in no mode? When I got,
I would say about an hour 5.
Okay, about hour 5 is when I was in Meyer Big Go mode. Yeah.
And I think it was about 10 seconds later, Leaf pulled the Meyer Big Key out of the brewery, and I'm like, wait, Zelda hasn't done that and is about to go spend an inordinate amount of time looking for stuff. Yeah,
well, it was at least close. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing here for Zelda is they had the mirror when they got to the Meyer area, so...
So, able to get the boots, able to get the Ice Big.
Yeah.
I just barely got boots like 5 minutes ago, Zelda.
Oh, okay. I could see how that happens.
As you can understand, I'm not happy about this.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I know you're a big pseudo boots fan.
Yeah, we were talking about your lack of the A button.
Yeah. And honestly, that mirror, I don't know if I should have got it as early as I did. I think it was like 20-something, maybe about half an hour. Yeah, I got really lucky when that showed up, and then I think I got the boots right at the hour mark.
Yeah, I got the... So, here's the unfortunate thing. I got the connector to Meyer area, and then my next play was to go through the desert region.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw those boots, and I saw the boots in GT, and I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a pretty good race.
Yeah,
just sequencing. But...
Yeah, the thing that prevented Zelda from sub-90ing the seed is forgetting about. Well, not maybe forgetting about it, but not going back to the brewery at Curiosity Shop.
Yeah, I scouted that as a bunny and couldn't get in, and then I just never went back ever.
Yeah. Look,
I just
right next
bunny walk.
I mean, you found the Moon Pearl before you ever got into the Dark World.
I knew I could have bunny walked whenever I wanted. I knew about the
Sure.
Sank spawn first,
Yeah.
but why would I bunny walk ever?
Yeah, I think Zelda, the way that they did it was that they came through Old Man Back, got to the Dark World via Old Man Back at the Dark Chapel.
Yeah. And so I said, I'm going to check my one entrance and save quit. We'll do the one that's out of the way in the Curiosity Shop.
Yeah,
And
the
then-
early part of the seed, you leave able to get through the empty ascension. Zelda was able to, so they were able to get up to the mountain earlier. So that was how they kind of routed things early.
I mean, me getting up there wouldn't have done me any good because I was doing it first thing first and didn't have a hammer even.
Yeah, that's fair, because you wouldn't have been able to get over to the west side without the hammer in that route.
Sounds like we had an interesting set of routes, though. So, well, GG Zelda, pleasure to finish my collection of losses against your team.
I'd say GG's. I always enjoy playing you, and it's been far too long. But I'm glad we got the chance in this, at least.
Yeah, I think this is our first tourney matchup, at least.
I think
You
so
and I
too. I was like,
you and I played on the ladder before, but
yeah, I know old ladder we had some 1v1s or
you and I
something,
had a
but-
match or two on the old ladder. You and I played against each other in the big group races.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's always good. I really like.
you're a
respect you,
pleasure
and
to play against. And I love every post-race conversation we ever have. So
Same. I just really appreciate the chance to get to play and
hopefully I can continue working forward to. I would like my next chance at the play-in race now, because actually I'm like 80% certain your teammate contributed to me not making the play-in race last time I almost made it. So I blame Marty.
Honestly, just I always throw Marty under the bus too, so we can both do it.
Even though I know for a fact it was Breve in the last race that knocked me out, but Marty was one of my losses.
Well, there you go. It's still Marty's
easy,
fault.
It's easy to blame Dr. Mario.
I don't like doing it. He's a nice guy.
It's okay. He's in bed. He's not going to hear this.
This is true. This is true.
I mean, it is Friday night, and it's only, 2:48, rather 1:48 over there where Mario
Yeah,
is?
it's coming up on 2 o'clock over there.
Yeah.
They might be up.
But
I
yeah,
mean, the fact
good luck
that
next
the
week, Zelda.
conversation between you two is easy because of the mutual respect that you have for each other.
For
Good luck
sure.
next week, Zelda. You got some scary opponents up there in 4-1.
Yeah. It's not like it's less scary in 3 and 2 either. So.
I mean, it's not. And let's be completely honest. It's not even less scary down in 1 and 4.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
This tournament has something about this tournament in particular is stacked every single year.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I think it's just, to me, it's like one of the premier tournaments. Like in my head, there's Main, there's League, and there's Crosskeys, and like the rest
Same.
are like the next tier that are really good tournaments, but like the quote unquote, I feel bad saying prestigious, but like I feel like the most people come out for Crosskeys, and it's always.
If we're talking about
name
number of
after
people
name.
coming out, I think we have to put Casual Boost up there at this point nowadays.
You know that's actually a good point too. Yeah, we should.
Because worth a reminder, Casual Boost pulled more people than Main did this year.
Yeah, considering the fact that Casual Boots has 148 in it this year.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, definitely.
So-
That's my bad. I should have thrown them in there to begin with.
But when you made
It's
it
all
sound
right.
like most people. But in terms of long-term prestige, the Crosskeys tourney has always been one of the big three.
Yeah, and it's always run really well. Like it's always just a good
Also
time.
runs
It's
a
a
tight
good
ship.
experience. So,
No,
it-
I disagree,
yet to have
Leaf.
a-
I disagree, Leaf. It's not
Oh?
Ellison who runs a tight ship. It's Indy who runs a tight ship.
Indy's
Good
on a
job.
good
I
place.
stand corrected. But yeah. And I don't think I've had a bad experience in this tournament yet, over 6 years. Can't believe it's been 6 years.
Yeah, it's been so long.
I mean, if it's been so long for me, you and Rick have been around even longer.
Zelda, that sounded like a "what have I done with my life" type of sigh.
I mean, I'm approaching 10 years of competitive rando, so yeah.
And you're
How do-
still at the top of the game. You're still
How
up
do you
in the
think-
top of the game.
How do you think I feel? Next next March will be 10 years since the first tournament.
Yeah, that's crazy that it's been going so long and that there's still such a great community around it. So
There is. It's
I'm just happy to take
what
part.
I love about this game. I've been part of other competitive games where the most common competitive games are toxic.
Yeah,
Communities
you're
are
not
awful, and this community, we've had our ups and downs. We can't deny that.
Sure, absolutely.
But this community, at its heart, is just here because they love their game.
That is correct. Very well said, too. I mean, I think you two have pretty much taken care of anything that I have to ask. GG's to the two of you, and good luck as we make our way into week number 6. Anything you want to add, Top File?
Nah, I am good. This was an excellent race, and thank you very much for running that.
All right. Well, in that case, anything else you two want to add there, Leaf or Zelga, before I toss it back over to Jaxie?
Just GG's again, Leaf. Best of luck going forward, and thank you everyone involved in this. Like I see Pichu. I'm not sure who else, but Rick, Tafile, Tomotech.
Yeah,
Yes,
Tomohawk
thank
was
you.
here.
Yeah, I hate the shortened Discord names when you're in streamer mode, but thank you.
I
so
have that
much.
setting off for a reason.
Yeah, I need to do that too. Yeah, thank you so much.
What Zelga was saying. Thank you, everybody.
Stick around to Zelda Speedruns for more Crosskeys action, but in the meantime, I'll toss it back over to Jaxie to wrap things up for this broadcast. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks, Rick. Once again, this was a very great show from both of our runners. If you liked what you saw, be sure to give both of them a follow, ZelgaDissan and Windblown Leaf. I want to thank our commentary booth, Adirondack Rick and Topfile, as well as our 2 trackers, Tamotalk13 and Pichu Tenyu for the tracking. We do have a match coming up in about an hour that does need 2 comms, so if you're interested in wanting to commentate for that match, head on over to Hyrule Town Hall, hth.zeldaspeedruns.com to put in your sign up. I'm going to send us over to Gamachu in the meantime. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Jaxie from Zelda Speedruns, signing off.